Speedrunning. Joys. Yes and no. I'd say it's worth it for a month, but I personally haven't found enough frequent content to justify keeping it for more than a couple months. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. But yeah, Shudder, it's okay. They've got some good shows depending on what you're into. Like, the main reason I got it is my wife is really into things like RuPaul's Drag Race and stuff, and they had what's called Dragula, which is like a gothic drag race. And then I ended up watching a bunch of horror movies on it around Halloween. And they've got some good some original shows, but I'd say it's worth its free trial, but you gotta be a real big horror buff. And I mean really big horror buff, if you to actually keep it long term. But a quick summary of the song though is, Daniel is some people he worked with went missing. And he goes to investigate, hears this song, that's what happens in the prelude. The song is actually a song related to some primordial demon of darkness, Cthulhu god thing. And, yeah. It drives people insane and they kill themselves. Yeah, horror's pretty hit and miss nowadays. What was the last good horror movie that I, like, I'm trying to think of the last one I legitimately was like, that was a good horror movie. Oh god, I can't remember. It's been so long. I remember the last movie that actually gave me long-term, like, fear when I was a teenager at the very least was John Carpenter's Vampires, and it wasn't even meant to be a horror movie. Yeah, hilariously enough, most of the movies that are on the actually scared me list are not even horror movies, which is really sad. Like, grew up watching, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I can't pronounce that name. Fizzin04? Yeah, we're doing chapter 1s right now. Chapter 1 speedruns. If you're looking for 1 through 3, it's the VOD from a couple days ago. Actually, interlude through 1 through 2 is the VOD from a couple days ago. 3 through 4 is a couple more day after that, and then 5, 6, and finale in the beginning of our runs was all yesterday. But yeah, right now we're pretty much just going with chapter 1 speed runs on Lovecraft difficulty. We've lost a couple runs due to the difficulty of hiding on Lovecraft difficulty. It's about a 50-50 chance to keep Lena alive through it. The current world record on ETA difficulty, which is very easy, no permadeath, is 2 hours and 31 minutes. Yeah. The reason I didn't finish the game in one day, for the most part, was, like I said, I did a semi-blind, which, for me, semi-blind means that I will do it blind until I hit a puzzle where I won't spend 45 minutes solving a puzzle. I'll just have somebody tell me the answer. But otherwise, I ran it completely blind. And also was kind of sick. So I
the door was open.
stretched it out a little more. I also made sure to watch every cutscene and pick up every collectible because I didn't want to be tempted later on. It also let me understand some of the tech I needed for, like, I've actually figured out a couple techs that weren't on our Discord for it, so and hopefully I'll show off here shortly. If it stops eating inputs. Oh yeah. Game's a lot easier now. Now it's more just trying to deal with some of the events on Lovecraft. Alright, we've got eavesdrop.
What was that?
Alright, there we go. Open the... You... What? There. Now, open the door. Yeah. Yeah, I can skip literally past pretty much everything that I don't need. But that still does not stop the game from having to be rerouted slightly on the fly. Specifically, the ghost events cause a massive rerouting issue. You get a ghost event and you're in a hallway, you pretty much have to be cognizant of the fact you got a ghost event or you're going to lock yourself in a room. Just like later on, you can continuously keep resetting the fear meter with certain characters, which will allow you to minimize the amount of RNG events you have. But once you lose those characters, you're kind of out of luck. The one most people are familiar with would be Alexander and his bottle of vodka that will instantly drop your fear meter to 0 but is one use. Lydia's inhaler is another good example.
Nope.
But yeah, it gets easier. At this point, it's more trying to remember, as I'm still kind of memorizing each chapter, hence why my splits are really, really specific on what I need to do. Alright, we have our first Hodor. Alright, let's see if I can get the tech again. Let's see if I can get the door smash.
Hello. Is there anyone there?
If this works, this is going to be my skip. Oh, I didn't get it this time, damn it. Yep. So, like as Spooky saw last time, if done correctly, you can shut that door, even on Lovecraft difficulty, in about 3 seconds. But I did just lose a good fucking 8 seconds on that. Easy. And we have our unskippable skippable. I have not seen anybody in any speedrun ever capable of actually skipping that cutscene. Stupid plant. Alright, we got Rag. Tank controls. Gotta love them. Alright, we're already behind the 8-ball, but considering the last 2 runs got scrapped by a failed hide and a Schrodinger glitch. I don't even know if that's actually a term for that. That's just what I call it. The Schrodinger glitch is what happened when a... So the ghost event, where your character will start shivering and complaining they're cold, the next door you try to open will automatically have the presence outside of it. If you go to a door, listen to it, you can place the presence at that door and then go to a different door and be safe. Well, I opened a door, and in the same exact second I hit activate on the door, it activated the ghost event. So the game kind of freaked out, and when I started opening the door, I was safe. By the time my character officially started opening the door, I was not safe. The game kind of wasn't sure if I was going to live or not, and crashed. Like, it just straight up was like, nope, I'm done. Alright, cool, we recovered a few seconds there. Okay, let's go with metal box. Snag out the fuses. But yeah, this game also has cumulative chapter leaderboard as well as individual level leaderboards. So I'm just gonna sweep the levels, make sure I can, once I have the spot for each individual. Alright, we got a character scare. Once I have the record for each individual, then I'll go ahead and combine them all into one super giant kill myself run. Which should only take around... Oh, I need to turn on the face cam. That would have been a great fucking facial expression to see as I stared incredulously at this game.
Mierda.
But yeah. But sadly, I can't actually use the same routing as they do on the easier difficulty either, just simply due to the speed gets you killed. You need to be calm. You need to have a little serenity here and there. You need to be mindful of the situation. Yeah, you hear the heartbeat? That is an indication the fear meter is, by my estimations, about 25%. Okay, power's on.
I came to fix the electricity.
But yeah, you can passively reset the fear gauge more or less with certain events, like turning on the power in the house will calm down pretty much any character. What the hell did it... This game somehow screws with splits. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Come around here, we'll pull that out. I'll try to correct my position. Yeah, if you're real quick before the door scene opens, you can actually correct your positioning, so you can simply run. But you only have a brief window to start correcting it. You really can't get much more movement, but it's not the worst thing ever. Oddly enough, I'm really surprised I haven't gotten one of the other events, as that's one of the quirks with Lovecraft. You can get silence and shit on chapter 1. And I did it again. At least this time I didn't make it as far.
Nope.
Alright, let's see. Well, I'll go in here, click on the lights, and we'll see if I die again. If I die again, I'm going to switch to Sophie, and I'm going to see if I can abuse the candles. Well, I'll confirm tech on the candles, more or less. Eh. Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Alright, we got Red Doll. Now let's go play Light Bright. Well, let's go attempt not to die, then play with the Light Bright. Alright, you can see that she actually got a character scare right there as she was opening the door.
Darkness, it's coming.
Hell, this time you at least know what the hell it is. You've died so many times you're like, oh, gee, mama. Normally you're like, oh, gee, mama, what's that? This time you're like, oh, damn it. Alright, guys. Remember, hit the button on the heartbeat. Whew, we made it. Yeah. The logic of some of these characters is a little bad, but when you... later you'll actually see what the presence looks like, and it explains why they're willing to go. It's afraid of light, thankfully.
What the hell?
But just imagine a giant writhing ball of hands and faces made of evil shadow tentacle death. And you'll understand why people are like, shit. Because yeah, later on, that it'll actually physically just be chasing you down some halls. Chapter 2. It's just the next chapter. Yeah, the trick with that is just shine the light at it, but the light will blow out if you try to do it all in one full burn, but it starts to come back. All you actually have to do is unclick it for literally half a second and re-click it back on, and you'll be able to get the door clean before the light will short circuit. Alright, oh, we did light bright, now we got super gold. Here's the gold key. Now we get the super glue, hence why I call it super gold. Alright, we'll combine this with the ring. It's actually not, that is actually not a ring, it is the backside of an old-fashioned key, with the other half stuck in a door. And yes, I know in real life that the super glue would not stay wet that long. Yes, she did just fish a doll out of a poopy toilet with a pair of tongs. Oh, crap. I missed both of those. Oh well. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm probably going to combine some of these splits later on into just one split. Right now, this is more for my own. Second floor, glue hook, and... yeah, doink and doink. Unfortunately, the game does actually require some sequencing. Like, as much as I would have liked to, I can't just walk up and slap the key onto that. I actually have to make the character aware that there's a key in the door before, you know, I can stick the rest of the glued on key onto it. The game has a very interesting, basically metagame protection. Your characters don't have meta knowledge. Oh, and we've got the Silent Hill radioactive. So each character has a special item that they have. Oh, hers being the radio, which literally just acts like the radio from Silent Hill. It lets you know in the presence when you're going to be running close to getting attacked.
What happened, baby? Are you okay?
So, for the record, almost every other ghost you'll meet in this game will kill you.
What? What is...
They don't really make it clear on any difficulty, but that was supposed to teach you that some rare ghosts can be friendly. Namely, if a character dies and you go back in with another character on that same level, you can find the ghost of the character who died, and if you go right up and talk to them, they'll kill you. If you wait and, like, hang out near them but wait,
Ma'am, are you
they'll
there?
eventually offer you their personal item.
Pero, where did the family go?
Okay, we are at Schrodinger again.
Huh?
Cool. No glitch that time. No, I got stare punished. Stare punishment is a pain. Now with the radio freaking out like this, I am running a dangerous gamble by doing this. Not checking any doors ahead of time. But I know going out into this door, I am technically safe, as on this map, there is no presence. And presence of the presence outside. But this thing will resume going insane in T-minus 3. Open the door, Jesus. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we gotta hold the door.
Don't let it open.
Alright, that one was faster. Alright, now we have a few minutes of presence immunity. That does not include any events, or I mean any scripted events. Scripted events will still bone you all the same. Yeah, she does sound a little funny. One of the, there's another character who is just like, oh wow, thanks man, every time he, opens his mouth. Alright, but we are nearing the home stretch. Basically, every other run has fallen apart right about... That was weird. Stop it. Lena, stop it. No, we don't want to pick up that picture. That picture will give you a jump scare and increase your fear meter immensely. Now we're going to play with some dolls. Let me get my cheat sheet back up for this because I can never remember these stupid ass dolls. So red doll goes in the dining room. Blue doll goes in the bathtub. Orange doll goes in the kitchen. Shit covered doll goes in the living room because it's a piece of shit. And green doll goes in the... there. Yep. Now, some people would tell you that you need to go collect the black doll. That is very, very incorrect. If you go and collect the black doll, you can't. You actually have to be told to collect it first. I picked the wrong one. Normally, you want to do the dining room one, as she won't actually have a proper jump back scare. She will just be like, ah, and just keep walking. But I chose the wrong one there. So, I'm just going to go ahead and double split this when it pops up, because these doors are just right next to each other.
Another one? It seems there are several of them.
Alright, so now we got the second floor study corpse. There's a lot of debate on if you actually have to do these in an order or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I really don't care, because I'm also trying to manage the fear.
What is that?
Oh, here's what I was talking about. This event will kill you if you go into a door. Oh wait, this is the freezing one. Freezing is different. Freezing, you have to keep moving. Ghost and freezing are two different appearances. But you see how the part of my screen is getting all chilly looking? I have to keep moving. It eventually just stops.
Oh, not cold anymore. That's a relief.
We'll probably get the bird jump scare. Yep. It just happens. It'll happen one of the times you go through that hallway. Either when you leave it or when you go into it. It's gonna eat the same amount of time. Either way, it sucks. Alright, now we get told that we can go burn the, shit. Anyway, we can go burn the collect the black doll and light it on fire. We just have to make it to the black doll. And then to the fire. Ooh, it's the abyss! Ah, you stupid bitch! Normally, that enemy type does not appear until the interlude, until chapter 3, interlude. Playroom? Playroom. No, the radio, so the reason the radio didn't activate earlier was because it will not technically activate until scripted events are over. So when I walked by that door earlier, the very first hide I had to do was a scripted event. After that, that's when the radio became active. It's kind of a stupid little quirk. The radio doesn't actually work from the very beginning of the game. But no, it's not RNG. It pumps up, I'd say, probably around 75% of the fear meter. Now we have to put each one of these freaking things in separately. Yep, so I forgot to take... Yeah. Oh god, I'm really bad at this. Matches. Yeah.
I'm relieved now.
Alright. And now... it's just home stretch. I can't be killed. There is no fear meter. It's... originally people suspected the actual rate of the spawn of the events that could get you killed was pure RNG base. It's not. Whenever you hear the heartbeat start beating and the weird music and stuff like that start picking up, that's a good indication the fear meter has gone up. But there is actually no meter. It just discusses in some of the tooltips, don't allow your fear to get too high. It makes the entity want you more type stuff. So, I did some testing in chapter 4 with a character who has an item that allows them to drop their fear level. And that is the end of chapter 1. And hilariously enough, I am actually going to submit this time, as I am literally just about 1 minute behind the easy mode world record for this chapter.